Welcome back once again. Today, rather than mucking about with all this technical stuff that we don't have enough iron left to do, we're going to start working on the actual walls of the building and the building itself. And to do this, because I've been going through so much iron, I've decided we're going to build an Iron Golem farm, which we should start in this episode, and we'll have that central in the building so that the Iron Golems drop down right in front of you as you walk in. You just run up whenever you walk in, having been doing other things in the area, hit the kill switch, collect up the iron, and then hopefully we'll be able to finish off all of this storage. And it's likely, rather than having the most effective version where you have 4 spawners, one there, and then one up above each, we'll probably just use the low ones and maybe put a third in at the back, so as to avoid having to try and hide a massive tower. Yeah, I'll put credits for the people who designed the Iron Golem farms in the description, because I keep forgetting their names, and I'll have to actually write it down at some point. And also links to a tutorial for the same design by DocM. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is work out where we want the centre. Now, it must be in front of us here, so it's definitely on this line. And the pads for spawning themselves are about 20 by 20 blocks. So we'll probably go 12 blocks in and call that the centre. Okay, so that's going to be our centre point. And each spawning pad is going to be, I believe, 32 blocks out from there. So we're probably going to end up clearing some forest and shifting more hill. That's fine, we can handle that. Let's just hit F3. That's the x-axis we're on. So 626 plus 32. 658 we want the other way. Okay, so that's going to be the near edge of the spawning pad. It'll extend another 20 blocks that way, so we'll definitely be cutting some trees. I'll just mark out the other side, and then the far extents and the height. I think we're going to go at least sort of like 20 blocks up to avoid the villager sounds. I shall be back in a moment when I've done that. Well, I've just noticed I've not been recording for the last 5 minutes while I spoke. Yeah, I've done my 20 by 20 spawning pad. 20 blocks above the ground, as you can tell. Can't hear the minecarts, so from down there we won't hear the villagers, which is good. All we need here is a 3-block high wall. Don't ask why that's only 2, I just missed a block. And then that will be the main part of this actual spawning pad, bar the villagers themselves, done. Because all you do then is put in a bunch of doors, a second floor, and then light it up and add the water streams. And then you have to stick 4 villagers on each side, so that the centre of here will be the centre of the village. We'll have 16 villages in total, which is just enough to spawn iron golems. And can't remember the exact spawning rates, but with 2, one here and one over there where that stack of dirt is, we should get at least 1 every 3 minutes or so, which is just enough that we can not worry too much about iron and go and get it while we've been working. Which will mean we only have to mine for the valuables, such as diamonds and gold, so we can go straight down to the layers where they're common, rather than stopping around the iron common layer. Anyway, I shall get on with this wall, and then I shall return. Right, with that done, next stage we need a shed load of doors, essentially. But we're going to start with just 2 blocks up in each corner. and then we'll go 6 blocks in from each side, and then each corner will have 6 doors going out on either direction. So we'll have 48 doors in total, which will accommodate for the 16 villagers. Hopefully by then it'll be day, so that we can go and fetch some more materials, because I didn't bring a water bucket with me, and that's going to be quite important. And I might well run out of wood. We're going to go 6 blocks in. Then we're going to do 6 blocks up. And then this should be another 6 blocks here. Yep, good. And we'll repeat that on every side. Haven't thought through how to get down. I probably should have put a ladder up before I built higher. So let's take potluck on the number of mobs that have spawned down there. Oh crap, that's gonna be... Yep, there we go. Thankfully it's only small and can't pick my stuff up, so let's just try and kill that. I perhaps could have shot some before jumping, that might have helped, but oh well. Still bothers me that baby zombies don't burn. They really should. Throw some light down here. This is just going to float there for some time, but it will eventually get incorporated into the building itself. So I'll go get some water buckets, and a heap of ladders, and some more wood. There we go, a definitely non-precarious method of getting up, and more importantly, back down. Okay, let's see what we can do about these doors. I just restart the client momentarily. There we are, it's smoother now. Let's get some doors. I should clear out some inventory space first, that would be sensible. This chest is going to be right in the way in a few minutes, but oh well. I like to use up all my loose log. Okay, quite simply going to put down straight along here 6 doors. Same again here. And then we'll repeat that on those other 3 sides. Okay, here we are. All the doors are up, so one of the next things we're going to do, just... oh, forgot the wood. There we are. Next thing we're going to do is we need to put just above here another floor essentially, so there'll be 2 large areas for golems to spawn on over here. And then we'll need to obviously put a bit of a wall above that as well, but that one won't need a roof, which is good for saving material. I'll just get this length in. And we're also going to just throw torches all along each wall. Just like that along each, so that we don't get any zombie spawns, etc. So that wouldn't be particularly helpful. See, this will be the part where I have to go and either smelt some logs or go and fish some coal out of the fuel in the smelting system, because I haven't been mining for a while and I put it all in there. Anyway, we'll finish that off later on. I'll do this floor and then get back to it. Again, next stage is simple enough. We just stick on 2 high wall all the way around this layer, and then I'll go ahead and move the chest out from down there and put in some water streams. I shall come back to it when I do that, I imagine, because for the most part this isn't a particularly exciting build. It's just one that I need to do. Okay, I have this level clear, ready to do the water stream, so for a start we're just going to fill in the corners so that we don't actually flood the entire building, because that would be a pain in the backside to fix. And we're just going to go straight along every wall, just like this. Okay, we have all the walls filled in now, so what we're going to do is just head over to these dirt sections. Start digging this out. Now we're going to place the water sources here, a block above, so that it doesn't. And you'll see that lines it up nicely to the centre. So we'll just go around doing the rest of those. Okay, you can see we've got all of those done now. And the Iron Golems will get pushed to this point, at which point they'll just drop down. So for the moment I'm just going to take out the 4 above, put in a water source which will ruin all the water streams, but it'll mean I can get up and down between these 2 floors. Actually no, I'm not going to take the blocks out first. So we'll take 3 of these out and then just leave the last one in. That way any Iron Golems that do spawn before we build the kill thing will just stop, get stuck here. And in theory I shouldn't actually need to get down here, so if I can jump up onto this, I cannot. Sometimes you can. Not this time. There we go. We'll just swim up here. Just going to give myself a block to stand on. Right, I'm going to just close that over for this bit, to be honest. It'll be far easier. We'll just repeat the exact same thing up here. And then I'll have a look at the time we've got. We'll probably finish the sections to put the villages in and then fetch them next episode. Okay, last thing we're going to do in this episode, we're going to add on these sections to hold the villagers, essentially. There's going to be one of these on each of the sides, just between the doors. Okay, so the base of this should be level with the base of the door, I believe. Let me just check that, actually. Yep, that's fine. Come out by 5 blocks and across the same. And that gives us a nice 4x4 area in the middle to stand them on. The likelihood is these bits will be hidden anyway eventually, but I like putting them in anyway, if I'm honest. I just fancy having them. Right, inside this, just so the villagers don't hit the edges and potentially glitch out, because it is a server, and servers have been known to have problems, especially around updates. And of course we have quite an exciting update coming. We'll probably explore around a bit, get a few of the new trees and play around with the various new blocks. To be honest, it's odd, it's boring, but the thing that I got most excited about... Actually no, it's not the thing I got most excited about, but I've forgotten what that was, if I'm honest, was the packed ice, because it looked nice. This is what happens if you build too much. You just go, who cares about the Ender Dragon? That rock looks nice. Okay, so we're going to put one of these on each side. We'll roof it over with glass later on. And I've put down the half slabs I wanted. I'm just going to put half snaps around the top to prevent anything spawning. But we're going to leave each of those open for now, just until we actually have the villagers in, as we need to transport 8 villagers, get 2 in each of these. Right, I'll finish up the other 3 of those, and then get back. Well, we have all of that set up and ready, so whenever we get around to it, we'll go and build the other, and then we'll link them both up with big glass tube, bunch of lava to weaken them, then a piston to crush them over here by the door. However, while I was going to get it today, to come and say I'd finished, see, I got chased by a creeper here, and here, which both got blown up because of skeletons shooting at them, and then another one blew up over here, just there, and a fourth even, went off, just there. And that's what happens when I don't bring a horse and let lots of mobs spawn. So now I have to just fix the end of that, but you've seen me do that once already, so I'll do that off screen, and see you again next time.